So there's legends of yogis that they will reach a certain level of enlightenment, right? And I forgot their stages. They have specific stages, but they'll reach a certain stage where they'll gain powers over their emotions, and then they'll gain powers over their mind, and they'll have mental powers. But they would forsake their mental powers in order to gain their spiritual powers, which is the awakening of the lotus or whatever tradition, however you see it, right? But ultimately is going to the point of like nirvana or like the Buddhic state. It's like a high state. I think they're I think they're called like people that do the are in high stages. They're called like bodhisattvas or something. I don't really know the direct lineage of it because it's been so long since I studied that. It's been like so long. But what they used to do though was they would use their mental powers to go into the darkest part of themselves. And by going into the darkest part of themselves, they would heighten their understandings of certain things, heighten their compassion, they would heighten their spiritual knowledge to the light. So the higher that they'll go in the light, the deeper they'll go into the darkness. And the deeper they go into the darkness, the higher they'll go in the light. And they have practices upon that. And it's just like the Hermetics when it's the pendulum swing. Well, before you can reach the adept Hermetic level of being able to be in the middle while the pendulum is swinging and be a witness to both, but not be swayed either side, or to be swayed only to the side that you choose to be on. Before you can get to that level, you have to go with the pendulum. You have to go to the positive side. You have to go to the negative side. You have to go to the positive side. You have to go to the negative side. You have to continuously do this until you learn the understandings of how your energies are working and how your energies are processing and how these experiences are playing out and how these experiences could play out and how they didn't play out the way you wanted or how they did play out the way you wanted. All these things on a quantum level are processing as you're going through the pendulum swings. Now, in the Hermetic philosophy, when the pendulum swings in one direction with a certain amount of force, it swings equally back into that other direction. So you have super high highs, you're ecstatic. Well, your ecstasy goes into depression. Like it matches that. So when people, and this is why I believe what I believe, is because when I see people that are always happy, and like they're like every time I see them they're happy, every time I see them they're smiling, every time I see them like everything's good, it's weird to me because how could you always be so happy? Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with being happy. If you're happy, that is awesome. But I know for a spiritual fact and a universal fact that no one is always happy. Why is it every time that I see you, you're happy? I get you trying to spread good vibes. I get you trying to be positive. I get that. Trust me, because I'm a positive person. But in my positivity, negativity is still there because we need negativity. So when I meet a person, they're always happy and they're always. It's not that they're always happy. It's that they're always too happy. It's like a person that's always everything's always good. Like everything's always good. Like nothing's ever bad. But it's not in a sense that they're grateful. It's in a sense that it's so hard to explain it. But basically what I'm saying is like they're faking. Like they're being fake. Which I get it on some degree. Fake it to make it. I get that. But it's okay to feel bad. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have negative emotions that impact you in a negative way. It's okay to have those feelings. And you don't always need to portray happiness in order for people to look at you a certain way. Like, I get that it sucks to feel depressed or it sucks when things aren't going your way and you feel down. That does suck. But that is a part of the human experience. But a person that's always happy, and they always are doing too much in that field of happiness. Like everything's always good, everything's great, but everything is not great. They're lying to other people, but ultimately they're lying to themselves because that pendulum swings the same way. So if you're always happy and you program your mind to always be happy even in negative situations, and you're always too happy, you're always in this state of everything's always good, and you're always like that. When you're depressed and you feel like that, you become more depressed because your happiness is like, oh, I'm happy, but your actual emotion is depressed. So you're in the negative swing. So when you go back to the high swing of happiness, it's equated to that depression. So maybe you don't feel as depressed, so you feel just slightly bit better. So now you feel slightly bit better. Now you're ecstatic because your brain is wired differently now. So when you go back to your depression, now your depression is deeper. So when the depression gets deeper, it's going to happen again. You're pretending that everything is okay. You're pretending that everything's all good. So what does the pendulum do? Well, it's going to swing the other way. And it's going to swing the other way with the exact same force of that deeper depression. So that deeper depression is going to relieve itself, and you're going to be happy again in a situation. And you're not going to be just happy, you're going to be overjoyed. But that overjoyed isn't a peaceful overjoyed. It's a depressive overjoyed because you don't feel as depressed. So now it feels so much even better. So now you're 3 times ecstatic, but now you're going to be 6 times depressed, which is why get, so many people seem to be so happy, but they hate their lives. They hate their lives. They don't dislike their lives. They're not unhappy with their lives. They hate their lives. If they could kill themselves, they would. And the brave ones do. Not saying that it's brave to kill yourself, but you do have to be a certain type of person to kill yourself. Like that's some really dark, that's some really dark energy to be able to go through with that, which is a certain type of strength. I'm not saying that you need that type of strength in life, but if you could harness that type of strength, you could do really good things for people in this world. But anyways, the darkness isn't used to hold us down necessarily. The darkness is used to help us grow. Going back full circle. Me, I'm hard headed. So I need a constant pressure of urgency. I need a constant pressure of urgency so I could change things. Because if not, I won't change it. Because I'm good with thinking about God all day, meditating all day, every now and then having sex, every now and then drinking, meditating all day, thinking about God, have some sex, drink a little bit, smoke a little bit, do this a little bit, do that a little bit, think about God all day. I'm good with that. Like I could be homeless, and the worst thing about being homeless is not being able to wash my hair when I want to. You know what I'm saying? And even since then, I'll probably find a way to wash my hair because I can't go like a long period of time without washing my hair because my hair starts going crazy. Like my scalp just cannot handle that. My scalp needs to be oiled, it needs to be brushed, it needs to be. I have to take care of my scalp type. So I got sensitive skin. So off topic obviously, but going back through full circle. I'm hard headed, so I need a constant urgency pressure. If not, I'm not gonna change, and then eventually I'll get on the bandwagon, and it's not urgency anymore. It's just a part of my life, which I'm trying to reorganize myself now, reprogram. reprogram myself. So in our lives, we have to realize that, damn, everything's not going to go our way. But when it doesn't go our way, that lets us know who we are. Because how we're going to react to that, how we're going to live through that, how we're going to bounce back from that is going to show us our strength levels. It's going to show us our dexterity. It's going to show us our mental knowledge. It's going to show us our spiritual knowledge. It's going to test our faith. It's going to test our belief. And sometimes things happen so much so you can see your faith broken, so you can see your belief broken, so you can understand something higher. Which is why I said I had those dreams and the Bible and then the dream I had. A lot of people would have said Satan got me. And I did too at the time. But now my spiritual knowledge of understanding was that was the first time that I was meeting who I truly was. My lowest self. And that probably really, to be honest with you, it probably isn't even my lowest self. That's probably just the outer shell of my lower self. Because my lowest self probably isn't evil. It's just scared because it doesn't know. It's in darkness. It hasn't been introduced to the light. It hasn't been born. But since it hasn't been born, it's feeble. It's scared. So what do scared things do? They lash out. This is the human consciousness we're talking about. Human consciousness plays out with people all the time. The most dangerous people aren't the people that are trained to kill people. The most dangerous people are the people that are scared. Because scared people do crazy things. So I'm gonna wrap this one up. A light worker and a dark worker are the same thing. They're just in different places. But shouldn't we maybe use a term like spiritual worker? Or maybe an astral worker, like a mental worker, like, because when you say light worker and dark worker, it's like you're separating yourself, like, oh, I only deal with the light, or no, I only deal with the darkness. But as spiritual beings, spirit being the key word, it's light and darkness. It's togetherness. Like, it's both of those things together. So when people talk about light worker and dark worker, I'm not really sure what they're talking about, because like I understand the concept that they're saying, but like I don't understand, like, from what experience are they pulling from to talk about this. Like, I don't understand that. But in my concept and my understanding of it, a light worker, and this is my ultimate conclusion thus far, a light worker is someone that uses principles of light and goes into the darkness, whether that be physically, emotionally, or mentally. Usually a light worker is depressed. They're always depressed. They always want to do better. They always want to help people. It's hard for them to do for themselves because they're always giving their light. They're giving their light into the darkness, and the darkness just sucks the light out of them. Like, because that's what you put a candle in a dark room. Well, the candle is going to spread all of its light everywhere, and it's going to keep going. So even for a long way, you could see a dim light a long way. And then even if you have a huge light, you can go miles and miles and out and still see that light dim. I mean, look at the stars. The stars are on some type of level of light, and they're literally time space away. They're thousands of years away, sometimes millions of years away. You know what I'm saying? So like, think how big that light is, you know? Or the clusters of stars. And a dark worker is someone that works in the light, but they use dark principles. So these people are probably energetic. They're probably extroverted. They're probably occasionally manipulative. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It just depends on their personality. But they're in the light, which is not necessarily a good thing, but the spotlight is on them, and they move in secret to do the things that they need to do in order to get things done. So they're good. They're good with people. They're energetic. They could be secretive, sneaky. I mean, the light working could be sneaky and secretive too, because it just depends on how you use the energies. Like it's not like light worker bad, dark worker good, but the personality for a light worker to be an extrovert takes more energetic energies to do that, because the light is being drained from them. Whereas the dark worker is spreading its darkness. But darkness is a certain type of element that light overpowers darkness. Enough light overpowers darkness. And even a little bit of light can shine through darkness. But darkness is a holding agent, it holds things. So a person that's a dark worker could be using dark principles, but it could be masqueraded as light principles, because darkness in essence isn't anything. It's everything and nothing. It's it's just there. It's like a zero. It's a placeholder. You can feel the darkness with something. You can't feel light with something. Light is what it is. It's a it's a solid ethereal substance. Darkness is a watery ethereal substance. It's not solid. It's not formed. It's unformed, which is why darkness left. I mean, yeah, darkness is left, light right, fire light, water darkness. Like there's a connection to those things. And even though left is usually logic and structure, when we're thinking about like the human body left, we're thinking of it like that. But if you think about it from another standpoint, left is also where the sun sets. It rises in the east and sets in the west. Well, west, when you're looking at north, left is left of you, which is the setting of something, which is the going into something, not the coming out of something. It's the going into something. So it's the masculine energy going into the feminine energy. The feminine energy being the darkness, the dark worker being the principal agent of the female energies, being controlling the energies into that light space. It's I can keep going into it with more of my like jargon, but like hopefully you get the understanding. So now I'm about to go into like the light part of it.